Hola a todos, ¿cómo están? Yo soy señor Eduardo y soy tu profesor de español. Bienvenidos a la clase de español para niños. Last week, we learned some new vocabulary in Spanish class. We learned about transporte. Transporte. Do you remember what transporte was? Very good. Transporte is transportation. Okay, but I promised you guys that we were going to always do some review because now we're learning more and more vocabulary words. And I want you to make sure that you're doing a great review so that as you progress in your language learning, you can put it all together. Okay, so we're going to keep learning. We're going to review transporte today. We're also going to learn new vocabulario, and the vocabulario today is lugares. Lugares are places. Okay, but first, let's go here to our review list, and let's start with the months of the year. Okay, so the months of the year is meses del año. So this is your warm-up, okay? So repeat after me, and let's warm up. Enero, febrero, marzo, abril, mayo, junio, julio, agosto, septiembre, octubre, noviembre, and diciembre. Okay? Una vez más. Enero, febrero, marzo, abril, mayo, junio, julio, agosto, septiembre, octubre, noviembre, and diciembre. Meses del año. Moving along, you also learned some animales. Animales. I'm going to go find these animales for us, and I'll put it on the screen here. So animales are animals, right? Animales. Okay, so here we have below, you can follow along. I'm going to say them. This is your warm-up. Gato, gato, perro, perro, pájaro, pájaro, caballo, caballo, vaca, vaca, ratón, ratón, gallina, gallina, mono, mono, cerdo, cerdo, elefante, elefante, jirafa, jirafa, and león, león. Okay, so let's see if you remember these here. This was in your book that we were using. Okay, so there they are, right? So we have, if you want to see now in English, I'm going to say them one more time here for us. Perro, gato, pájaro, caballo, vaca, ratón, gallina, mono, cerdo, elefante, jirafa, and león. Okay, so that's your animal warm-up. Perfecto, guys. Great job for this warm-up. So hopefully, as I'm saying these over and over and over again, they're becoming a little bit more easier for all of you, okay? Okay, so we had started learning actually, let's do one more list to warm up, and that's los colores. Los colores, there we go. So we have, let's start with this list below so you can just work on listening and imitating or pronouncing. And then I'll show you the screen of what we saw in the book as your review. We have rojo, rojo, naranja, naranja, amarillo, amarillo, the double L is a Y sound, verde, verde, azul, azul, púrpura, púrpura, rosa, rosa, marrón, marrón, negro, negro, gris, gris, and blanco, blanco. Okay, great job. So those are los colores as your warm-up. And here they are again. So now you have the color next to it. So I'm going to say them one time this time, slightly quicker. And then you just follow along. We have verde, amarillo, azul, rojo, rosa, blanco, negro, gris, marrón, naranja, and púrpura. Okay, guys, so that's the colors for us. Now, as we've been learning, I've been giving you some subject and a verb so that you can make simple sentences. So, for example, yo tengo and yo no tengo. I have and I don't have. I gave you yo quiero and yo no quiero. I gave you yo soy and yo no soy. I've given you me gusta and no me gusta. And I've given you yo llevo, I wear or I am wearing. Él lleva or ella lleva, she wears. Yo tengo, I have or I don't have. Yo practico, I practice. Yo practico. Yo juego, I play. And yo voy, I go. And what we've been doing over the last few weeks as we learned more vocabulary words is that I've been trying to give you one of these questions and have you put them together. So last week we learned transporte. Transporte. That's transportation. And I said, how do you go? I go by train, by car, by airplane, by bike, okay, by bus. And then I asked you about that transportation. And I asked you, ¿qué color es? What color is it? Okay, or de qué color es? What color is it? And then we practice with colors. Muy bien. Okay, so let's go back to that list of transporte, vocabulario transporte. Okay, again, here we go. Okay, and I'm going to use this one. ¿Cómo se dice? I use that one often because as you guys are younger and you're learning to more words, translating them is okay from English to Spanish or Spanish to English, as I always say, right? Okay, so we're going to say these words one more time very quickly because you've already seen them. Last week, I actually made you spell them. Okay, and then I asked you, and then we'll do the exercise on the right, okay? Okay, so repeat after me. Carro, carro, or auto. Tren, tren. Avión, avión. Autobús, autobús. Camión, camión. Bicicleta, bicicleta. Barco, barco. And motocicleta, motocicleta, or moto, right? ¿Cómo se dice? How do you say? So I'm going to give you guys one quick second to do this exercise on the right side by yourself at home. I'm going to give you a quick, maybe 5, 10 seconds, 30 seconds to try to match these up by yourself. Try not to look at this side. It'll be up on the screen if you need help. But see if you can do this first without looking, and then you check your answer. So I'm going to blow this up and give you a few seconds. Okay, everybody, that's a great job. So let's see if we can do this together. So the first one is a Muy bien. Carro. Then we have here is camión. Good job. Camión. Then we have this one here is a barco. Barco. Here we have avión. So camión is here and avión is here. Here we have tren. Tren. Motocicleta. Motocicleta. Then we have autobús. Autobús. And lastly, we have bicicleta. Bicicleta. Okay, muy bien. So, una pregunta. ¿Cuál te gusta? Which one do you like? ¿Cuál te gusta? ¿Me gusta or no me gusta? So, por ejemplo, me gusta la bicicleta. Me gusta el camión. Okay. And me gusta el barco, por ejemplo. No me gusta el tren. And no me gusta la motocicleta or el moto. No me gusta. Because I'm scared of the moto. Moto, right? I don't like it. Muy bien. Okay, everybody. So that is your vocabulario from today. And that's your review. Now, I hope you guys are having fun learning these lists and practicing with them because you have a lot. So what I would recommend is you should all have a notebook at home. And in your notebook, you can write everything that I'm putting on the screen. You can do some of these exercises, hit the pause button, and then do some of the exercises. And then with your parents' help, you might be able to go to YouTube and actually find some of these lists or vocabulary in Spanish that you can then practice and get another voice, or maybe find a song with some of these vocabulary. Okay, cool. So we're making some very good progress on this language process that we're doing together. So I'm super excited. As always, parents, you guys can go visit us at www.rolalang.com. That's ROLALANG.com. If you want more resources, a tutor, or more information. Okay, so let's go here. Okay, so new vocabulary words. So what are we going to do, everybody? Repita. Vamos a repetir, because that's what we always do. Repeat, always. Okay, very good. So I'm going to say them 2 times. Dos veces. Yo voy a repetir 2 veces. Y después, después, yo voy a deletrear. I'm going to say them 2 times, and then I'm going to spell them. So one by one. Okay, so I'm going to disappear for a second. I'll be back. Here we go. Okay, we have casa, casa. And I'm going to ask you, how do you spell casa, and give you a second to spell casa. ¿Cómo se deletrea casa? Try to spell it in Spanish. Muy bien. Casa is C-A-S-A, casa. Here we go. ¿Cómo se deletrea escuela? Escuela. Muy bien. Escuela se deletrea E-S-C-U-E-L-A. Escuela. That's school. Let's keep going. Remember, I'm going to give you a second to spell it by yourself in Spanish and talk out loud. ¿Cómo se deletrea? Perdón, hospital. Hospital. ¿Cómo se deletrea hospital? Hospital se deletrea H-O. Oh, let me give you a second. You try it by yourself. Hospital. H-O-S-P-I-T-A-L. Hospital. Farmacia. Repeat after me. Farmacia. Farmacia. Okay. Farmacia is F-A-R-M-A-C-I-A. Farmacia. Repeat after me. Tienda. Tienda. ¿Cómo se deletrea tienda? Okay. Tienda se deletrea T-I-E-N-D-A. Tienda. I think you can still see that. I'll be back here now. Okay. Panadería. Panadería. ¿Cómo se deletrea panadería? P-A-N-A-D-E-R-I-A. Panadería. The bakery. It's one of my favorites. Me gusta la panadería. Iglesia. Iglesia. ¿Cómo se deletrea iglesia? I-G-L-E-S-I-A. Iglesia. Parque. ¿Cómo se deletrea parque? P-A-R-Q-U-E. Parque. Restaurante. ¿Cómo se deletrea restaurante? R-E-S-T-A-U-R-A-N-T-E. Restaurante. And then lastly, mercado. Mercado. It's a market. And it could be the supermarket. It could be the store where you buy fruits and vegetables. El mercado. M-E-R-C-A-D-O. Mercado. Okay, so very good. We have casa, escuela, hospital, farmacia, tienda, panadería, iglesia, parque, restaurante, and mercado. Okay, so back to that transporte, and the verb that you guys learned was to go. I go was yo voy. Repeat after me. Yo voy. I go. Okay, so I'm going to put these together, the yo voy with the question over here. Nope, over here. Okay, right there. Put this together with this. Okay, I go to the restaurant. Try it by yourself. Put this first, and then put that. That's. I go to the restaurant. Yo voy al restaurante. So yo voy al restaurante. Okay. I go to the park. Yo voy al parque. I go to the park. Yo voy al parque. I go to the store. Yo voy first. And then second, a la tienda. Yo voy a la tienda. Okay, I go to school. Yo voy a la escuela. I go to the house. Yo voy a la casa. And lastly, I go to the market. Yo voy al mercado. I go to the market. Yo voy al mercado. Okay, very good. Yo voy al mercado. So yo voy means I go to. Okay, fantastic. So these words are great words, and lugares, I actually didn't tell you to say that one, but it's at the top of the list up there. Right here, lugares, and lugares is places, right? Lugares is places, lugares. Muy bien. Okay, so we've learned now, we've repeated them 2 times. We've spelled them, okay? We've made one sentence with them, okay? Now we're going to practice with you looking through this for me with my famous and my favorite, ¿Cómo se dice, everybody? ¿Cómo se dice? So, ¿cómo se dice church en español? Se dice iglesia, iglesia. ¿Cómo se dice pharmacy en español? CVS or Walgreens, right? ¿Cómo se dice pharmacy? Se dice farmacia, farmacia. ¿Cómo se dice restaurant en español? Restaurant. Se dice restaurante. Se dice restaurante. ¿Cómo se dice house? House en español. Very good. Se dice casa. Casa. Okay, and then lastly, ¿cómo se dice bakery en español? Bakery. Muy bien. Se dice panadería. Panadería. Okay, everybody. So I want to talk about 3 words here that are kind of long. And we actually had one from we actually have one that's long here, motocicleta, right there, okay? So a lot of my students, when they see these words in Spanish, they get a little bit longer, they get a little bit frightened by them, okay? Now, way at the beginning, myself and Señorita Erika told you that there are 5 vowels in Spanish. They're A, E, I, O, U, A, E, I, O, U, 5 vowels. Okay. And when you see them in the word, like motocicleta, you'll hear O, I, E, A, motocicleta, or moto, O, moto, O, motocicleta. So, you might have learned phonics when you were learning English in school or learning how to spell. Spanish is exactly the same. So, motocicleta, or moto. Okay, so sound it out, and it's super easy if you just sound it out. Okay, panadería, panadería. Okay, restaurante, restaurante. Okay, and let's do mercado, mercado, mercado. Okay, so all of those are you're just pronouncing them syllable by syllable. So when you're reading in Spanish or you're trying to figure out a word in Spanish, don't get scared. Clap it out and pronounce every single letter you see. In Spanish, unlike English, we generally don't have letters that don't make sounds, or we don't have actually sound combinations. We put letters together to make different sounds, of course, but we don't have like sound combinations. Like, for example, 8. When I say 8 in English, am I saying the number 8, or am I saying the past tense, I ate yesterday? You may not know unless it's in context. In Spanish, we generally don't have that combination of EI or A and an E at the end to make that hard sound. So sound it out. Okay, everybody? Very simple, very easy. You got this. Okay. Let's repeat one more time these wonderful words and move on. Casa, escuela, hospital, farmacia, tienda, panadería, iglesia, parque, restaurante, mercado. Okay, so those are your words from lugares. Lugares. So make sure, as you guys are learning these at home this week, you learn how to pronounce them. You learn how to say them in English, Spanish, in English. You learn how to spell them. That's very importante. Okay, and then you're going to use them in making small and short sentences. Very simple. Now, as you get older, you will this program is very vocabulary focused, and as you get older, we shift the focus from vocabulario, which is I say every week, more to gramática. But you guys are doing fantastic. So I want you guys to have a great week and study un poquito cada día, a little bit every day.